Hi, Dragonfly. Hi, Dragonfly. Take two. All right, friends. So we have some exciting news here at the home front of 4200, where our studio is housed. And you know, I spend every night. Earlier today, when I was recording your video, I was interrupted by an successful air conditioning repair. So we are back in action because it has been hot, hot, hot here. So I don't know what season you're seeing this in. Maybe you're at our New Year launch right on time, or maybe you're new to Mary Kay and you're checking out the what's going on for 26, 27 as part of your orientation. So maybe you're visiting with us in real time, or maybe it's like November and snowing right now. But so no matter when you're seeing this, drop in the comments the temperature and city and state you're watching from so that we can say hey and get to know you. So a little housekeeping. Currently, Facebook only houses live videos for 30 days. So I think this is something we want to be able to refer back to over the next 12 months. So I'm recording and then going to upload. So just know like why sometimes is it a video and sometimes it is a live. So that is the why. So there's your little tech tip for the day. I have been all over In Touch digesting some of the new promos, and I'm excited for you. And I'm old, so I have to print the internet, and I want a binder that's beautiful all year long. So I'm actually sending it off to FedEx to be printed for me. But we'll touch on a couple highlights today. We'll talk about the mindset for 26, 27 year, and we will talk about some of the things that I have found helpful as we begin again, right? So this is a like really exciting time in Mary Kay because it's our New Year's Day, right? It's our New Year. So if you're someone who loves January 1, you get two of them. If you're a Mary Kay Beauty Consultant, you get a January 1 and a July 1. So I gave up resolutions a long time ago. To me, they sort of feel, I don't know, a little negative, or I don't know, something about them rubs me wrong. But I love evaluation, and I love more of a like a reaffirmation or a commitment. So that's what typically happens for me the week between Christmas and New Year's, and it also happens as we're wrapping up our big seminar goals. I'm always looking forward to the year ahead and what can we do. So I'm going to share with you a little of my mindset. So maybe this helps you feel connected or identifying as we get into the new seminar year, and maybe this will empower you as well. One of the things that I'm going to share with you is going to be my focus this year is my personal business. And that's not to exclude the women that I am so fortunate and honored and privileged and humbled, truthfully, to mentor, because I truly learn from you guys all the time as well. But because a solid personal business is something you can always fall back on. You don't have to have a team. You don't have to have a unit. You don't have to have earned a car. Sorry, I got a little tickle on my lip. You can always have a hostess, have a party, have instant income, and then build that customer base. All the other things are additions, like getting a raise and having unemployment insurance and icing on the cake. But I was thinking back to when I was a brand new beauty consultant, how I was sometimes astonished that my part-time income would rival my full-time job. And I was thinking back to the things that helped this business to grow to where it is today. And even we've been in higher places over the past years. And it's always been that personal work. And that personal work is something any one of us can master. So like sometimes I look at the women in the pink jackets and the pink cars, and there feels like a gap between where I am and where they are, right? But I do a beauty show that has always been a good beauty show. I mean, maybe not the first couple, but like, and do I have room to polish and grow still? Absolutely. I hope I never stop making it a little more fun, a little more efficient, a little more profitable, all the things, right? But I love, love, love just being with the women, listening to where they're at, finding out how I can honor the hour that they've blessed me with, or sometimes, 90 minutes, to just have them going home feeling lifted and valued and seen, and the product sells itself. Like, y'all, if I spoke the flip chart in a completely different language, but just filled the trays and they touched their face, like, you can't argue with results. Your face feels better when you do Mary Kay. And if you don't believe me, when I say do Mary Kay, I mean do your little routine. And if you don't believe me, put your Mary Kay aside for 24 hours. Like, just use that old bar soap that's in the shower and a little moisturizer that's on the counter for the kiddo or whatever. And like, girlfriend, you will be sold all over again, because like when you have a new Mary Kay experience, your face really feels different. So especially if you do like a pajama party and then they wake up with fabulous face too, like so fun. So my focus is really partially that personal business, but with a personal invitation to you. You can come along anytime you want. I always coach my hostesses to allow me to have extra guests. I let them know I may have a beauty consultant in training who wants to come along for the ride. So you're welcome. Anytime you can come out and take notes. You can hang out with me in the studio. You can meet me at one of my appointments. If you're really inclined, you can invite your own guest list and I'll come do a party with you because I would love to spend more time with you. So, and also to help you build your business. So those are things I'm privileged to do in addition to the Monday noon meetings we're going to be doing going forward. So for the summer, at least, we're going to do our little lunch meetings noon on the East Coast. So that will be a chance for a different group of consultants to chip in and chime in and join us on our weekly Zoom training. And then, of course, some of you will catch the replay because your life's just prioritized in other ways, and I respect that. But I hope whenever you catch a replay, you always let me know what your takeaway was and what you want to learn more of, truthfully. So I've been looking at a few things, and one of the things that I worked with a coach this year, and we started talking about fatigue. So she asked me where I have an energy drain in my life, or like an energy, like an opening, where energy can seep out. And for one of them is indecision. So that was one, and one of them was disorganization. So I you hear me say all the time, I'm getting more organized. Does that mean I am organized? In pockets, I'm very organized, right? Give me an hour at a time, I can be like a rock star. But like, give me a full day and, I need a strong agenda and all of the things. So if your gift is organization, you can tell us in the comments, like a couple strategies that you use in your personal or your business life that have served you well and help grow the rest of us. So, but I was getting ready for the air conditioning repair and moving some boxes and stuff, and it occurred to me that I've had some things with me for a long time that I probably don't need anymore. And maybe you too, maybe you've kept your skinny jeans from back in the day, and girl, if you were that size again, you might not even want to wear but one pair of those jeans, right? Because styles have changed. So and for me, I have a history of 35 years of Mary Kay in boxes in the basement. What am I doing with it? Like, I need to look through a few of them, pull out the love notes that maybe came in the season, because I do keep a folder of notes from y'all when you send me flowers or a present or write me a special note. I keep that for the days when I need a little pep talk. So thank you for loving on me in that moment. And I don't know if you knew that continues to lift me in the seasons when I feel a little challenged. So maybe that's about it. And as my friend Debbie said, you haven't opened it for a couple of years, you don't need it now. And she was right. But here's the bigger takeaway from that. Do you know today, July 1, some women are going to join Mary Kay? Right now, they are starting their new year as new beauty consultants, or maybe they were with us before and they're renewing their Mary Kay experience, right? So whether it's within the Dragonfly unit or in the Mary Kay world on the whole, they're going to say yes today. And by September, they're going to be sales directors. And by Christmas, they're going to have pink Cadillacs. Like, seriously, some women are going to be focused, driven, and amazing students. They're going to bring their already awesome selves to the table, and then they're going to plug right into the Mary Kay world and go off and running. And why do I share that with you? Because you should know for $35, the digital business exists, right? And everything we need to be successful on the corporate website and with our mentorship connections and the sisterhood and the social media tools and the Mary Kay channel and all of those things, everything we need to be successful already exists if you were not a Mary Kay consultant yesterday or last year. You can start today with nothing but optimism and decide to be a good student and to go to work, and you have everything you need. So that being said, what do I need clip art from Christmas of 1994 for? I mean, I don't know for sure it's down there, but there's a possibility. I do promise to look for some vintage photos of back in the day and trickle those in over the next month or two so you can see kind of how I started. Maybe it'll give you some hope, because I really didn't have any big grand scheme when I joined Mary Kay. And the next thing I want to talk about is an energy suck of like indecision. Apathy and indecision kind of live hand in hand. So limbo is like one foot in each direction, right? It's so hard to know. And it really, you're off balance, which your body uses energy to find balance. So can I tell you a secret? I like my Mary Kay business. I've always liked my Mary Kay business. Sometimes I've been frustrated with it. Sometimes I've been frustrated with my own effort or discipline. Sometimes I've even frustrated with changes at the company. But I have to trust they have a grander vision, because, I'm of the generation we had to learn if we could turn the hard drive or the monitor on first. Like, what'd you do with the floppy disk? So, like, if we can learn that then, I'm sure we can adjust to the new changes now. And new beauty consultants don't know it any other way. So they're going to be thrilled about what we offer. But I want to love my business again. I mean, really, really love it. And maybe you're not in love with your Mary Kay experience right now either. And part of the reason for that can be a little bit of indecision, like I want to see if it works out. It's like going on a diet on Tuesday. Yeah, you might feel a little better on Wednesday. Maybe not. Maybe you'll still have cravings. But if you go on a diet 7 days of the week, or just a healthy eating habit, or clean up the sugar, whatever it is, right? That kicks in, creates momentum. Things get easier. So Mary Kay's a lot like that. When we do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it, it gets a lot easier to do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it. And we get momentum. And we become more efficient. We get better results. It's pretty wild how it works like that. So if you haven't been in love with your Mary Kay in a little while, I want to invite you to join me back to the basics: booking, selling, sharing, rebooking, going through the MK Confident, right? Like, when's the last time you looked at that? Mary Kay updates those modules all the time. Plugging into our sisterhood, plugging into those Mondays, plugging into corporate events, all of the things that grow us, not just as beauty consultants, but as women. Because what I'm finding is the bigger our goals are in Mary Kay, the bigger we have to grow to meet them. And those skills spill outside of the pink bubble. So I want to invite you to come along this journey in 26, 27, where we're really going to be back to the basics. We're going to keep the main thing the main thing. We're going to create predictable results. So are you looking to hear me say we're setting big goals for the new year? Been there, done that. Like, had the triple star on the poster, wanted the necklace, all the things. And I'm not saying those aren't great goals, and I'm not saying I might not put my toe in that water again soon. But I want to control the controllables. And what I can control are my efforts. And hopefully you can control your efforts too. So that's just growing into the discipline that will take us where we want to be. One of the things that I've learned both from Amy Kemp, who you can follow her on Facebook. She's a Mary Kay sales director who's written a beautiful book. She's the daughter of National Sales Director Emeritus Jean Martin. And is Jean retired? I'll have to look and see if she's emeritus or not. But she was actually my director and training mentor when I went to Dallas when I became a director. So that was really cool to sit at Jean's feet and learn from her. She's just got such a big personality, and the only thing bigger is her heart. She loves, loves, loves people. So we learned a lot about how to do that from the heart, which is so cool, right? Like a business that allows us to pour into others. So, and also I worked with Shelly this year, and she's been really great. And we talked about the really almost invisible efforts, those minuscule moments of faithfulness and discipline and just a little bit of grind where you just do the thing over and over again. It's not real sexy. It's not like, oh, I had a tank last week and sold $1,800. It's like I made 3 booking calls and they all said no, but then I made 3 more and I got 1 tentative, and then I made 3 more and I got 1 booking, and she rescheduled, but I made 3 more and got 2 more bookings. And after 12 calls, which was really 3 calls at a time, over 5 or 6 minutes, in 5 pockets of time over just a couple of days, right? Now you hear I have 2 bookings that are holding. And those 2 bookings sound crazy sexy, right? But it's the part in the beginning, like, oh, I just made a couple calls, they didn't go anywhere. So how am I starting this year? I'm starting with looking at my date book and knowing when can I hold those appointments. So we have appointments here on Saturdays, and I'll do some virtual things with you as well. And those are where I'm going to focus first, but I'll go into hostesses' homes if that's what they want, or open up for them. And you can do the same thing. Like maybe you don't have a studio in your house, but you have a perfectly good dining room table and people who are willing to go into the family room so you can use it. Or maybe you meet them at the break room at their job. I've done lots of break room parties over the years that have been so much fun. If you want it, I know you can figure it out. So we want to know when we're going to work first. And then we want to know who we're going to work with, right? So do you have enough names? I have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of names in my customers program. So how many of those people are actively buying? I would say 15 to 20%. But before I delete them, send them to the archive, I'm just going to treat them like a leads list, right? Just reach out one more time. Make sure, that they're not being serviced by someone else, or that maybe they tried Mary Kay with me back in the day and then used a different brand. I'll have a little incentive. So we want to know the what are we offering? So a good hostess plan and a good welcome back gift are good. And then what do we need to generate some leads? So these are the initial things, right? Like, when are we going to hold appointments? Who are we going to hold them with? What are we going to do with those appointments? What's our offer that's in it for them? Pretty simple stuff, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Might not look as good as it does on the video on the training on MK Confident. She's never seen the video. Your hostess is going to think you're a rock star. Hopefully, she'll think I'm a bit of a rock star too. Speaking of rock stars, can we just have a moment for this vintage Mary Kay tee? I really think it came out of the 90s. It's the perfect shade of pale pink. It was in the bin of things I wasn't going to let go of. It was horribly dated with those hard sleeves and a low, wide waistline. So I got out the scissors and I trimmed it, and here we are. We'll see how long it lasts. But if you need to trim your business back a little bit too, you can come up with something really cute also. And this is what I'm saying. Are you keeping the main thing the main thing? So we're kicking off the new year. I'm going to make another video that's all about the new promotions and things like that so that you can hang on to that for your own reference throughout the years. Because sometimes Mary Kay offers us so much that it's hard to keep the main thing, right? So if you just look at your calendar, figure out when you can work first, that will show you what you're going to earn and win, right? Like, I know 2 parties a week should be about $800 in sales because my party average is about $400. So $800 in sales times 100 parties is how much, right? $800 in sales times 50 weeks. So it's $40,000. That's almost a quarter of sales right there with just party business. It's not counting open houses. It's not counting reorders. It's not counting referrals. It's not counting the random people who find me on the internet. So did you know that you could basically do quarter sales in like under 10 hours a week? Under 10 hours a week, you could also earn 50% is $20,000. So if we conservatively said $30,000, 30%, conservatively 30%. That's like you're paying shipping, you're giving away good stuff, all of the things. You're taking some money out of your business to go to a seminar and career conference and fall advance. Girl, that's still $12,000 in 10 hours a week. Where are you going to make $300 profit in 10 hours a week? It's like $30 an hour. Now, you know, anytime we talk dollars and cents, we're supposed to give the legal disclaimer that there's no guarantee in the business, etc., etc. But I challenge you to do the work, get the bookings. You're going to have to do some behind the scenes work to begin with to get those initial bookings, just like I will. But when we get bookings from our bookings, it gets a lot easier to stay in business. We get referrals from the current customers we have. It gets a lot easier to stay in business. And then get into the flow, because you are probably going to have a couple of 12-hour weeks in the beginning because, you know, like learning curve. But you might have a couple 8-hour weeks as you go through it once your coaching gets on point and all of those things. So I just wanted to say Happy New Year. Let you know I'm here for all of it. I'm excited about it. I want to go from liking my business to really loving my business. And the key for me in loving my business is activity and people. And it's not just the purchasing people and the new team member people. It's the reactions of the women. It's watching them hold that mirror up and like hold it up tall and sit taller because they had a great Mary Kay experience. Or watching them touch their face and go like, oh my God, I didn't know my face could feel like this. It's watching them around the table give each other compliments. So those are the things that bring my heart such joy. I'd like to know for you, what gives you joy in your Mary Kay business? What activities, what results, what experiences do you have that are worth doing even when you're a little tired? Because think about like Friday night, your friends want to go to happy hour, they want to go to a concert, meet at a picnic. We got the big 6-story duck coming downtown, big rubber duck to our canal side this year. And like a lot of my friends are going to be down there and they're going to be tired from their work week, but they were excited about the experience of the big 6-foot duck, or they're excited about the 4th of July fireworks. November, you'll be excited about making Christmas cookies, even though you're tired from shoveling your driveway, right? Like all of these things. When we do things that bring us joy, it also brings us energy. And we somehow find that extra second wind for it. So let's be thinking about that as we get into the new year, get back to our basics, really huddle up our skill sets so that whether Mary Kay becomes our primary income or a secondary income source, it gives us the security to sleep at night. It's just like having an emergency fund. If you knew you could do a couple of parties when the kids got into a sports camp, or you wanted to go see your friends who are out of town, or a great travel opportunity opened up, or maybe, I don't know, you're at your county fair and the local vendor has new patio furniture that you didn't know you needed. Whatever, right? The car breaks. I mean, all of the things, the hard things, the good things. Having a solid Mary Kay skill set is like an insurance policy to know you can take advantage of what's available to you. So let's get back to the basics. Let's do all the things. If you're going to do MK Confident with me, drop a little graduation hat in the comments and let me know. And then message me as you're going through it. I can see reports of who's done and who hasn't done some of those things. But like, it's just like your kid telling you about their school day or your bestie telling you about her most recent vacation. You can look at the report. You can look at the weather in Cancun. You can look at the report card. But having them share their experience is like none other. And that's how I feel when you bless me with sharing your experience. So, gosh, I think we're up to 20 minutes already. I could just talk to y'all forever. So I'm going to make another video that talks about the promotions currently being offered right now, so you can help with the tracking for all of that, and maybe make your own little brain book. And then I'll see you guys Monday at noon as we go over all the new programs, and some goal setting with Danny. So mark your calendar. And then also July 16th is our unit awards if you're local. So if you are watching this in July, then I want you to make sure to mark that in your calendar, because I have your attention for this hot minute. So I don't want to miss telling you something important, because I'd love to see you out to the house as we celebrate our winners for the 26th seminar year, the 25-26 years. So thanks for being dragonflies. Thanks for contributing to our pink bubble. Thanks for all you do to the women you serve, to be part of a group of community-minded women, which is what we are when we get out into the world and help women feel and look more confident and feel seen, and just help fine tune their, like, stop the energy sap in their life, right? Like, if they're struggling with their complexion or their daily routine, like, what a blessing to just give a woman a little bit of efficiency back to her own world. So thanks for being part of the team that does that, because it's just, I know myself, I felt like a rock star after my first facial, and it made me feel empowered, and to be able to pass that on as a privilege, and to be alongside you while you pass it on as a privilege too. Happy New Year, friends.